Welcome into the Sporting News Studios. Tom Vandervoort with college basketball writer Ryan Fagan looking ahead to the 2012-13 college basketball season and looking at some of the top teams in the country, like number 6 Duke, a veteran team it looks like. What do we expect out of the Blue Devils this year?
Well, I think that their track record says we expect, a top 10, top 15 type team, a team that's going to be a seed anywhere from 2 to 4. There are questions about this Duke team as much as we've seen from other years, but some years when they've been questions, the talent level's been down. There's a lot of talent in Durham this year, starting with Mason Plumlee. He's a guy that people expected him to be gone by this point of his career. They didn't expect him to get to a senior year, but he's developed along the way, and he's become a very good player right now. And he's the kind of guy that can be the difference between a team that's ranked 20th and ranked 5th.
Is he a guy that can take a major step forward this year? Or are we looking at incremental progress for him?
Well, I think he can take a big step forward in terms of consistency. We've seen he's an incredible athlete. He can jump out of the gym. He can block shots that you would have never thought that he could get to.
So we've seen him dominate, just not on a consistent basis.
We've seen him dominate for 3 or 4 minute stretches. Right. And he's always been a guy that can get his shot because of his athletic ability. It's learning to put that in once he gets his shot. And I think he's getting to the point where he can be a more consistent scorer for the Blue Devils.
Now, we know we've lost Austin Rivers here, obviously. We still have Ryan Kelly, Seth Curry, obviously Plumlee. What about some of the young talent coming into this Blue Devil team?
Well, I think, you look at a couple of the redshirt freshmen from last year. Marshall Plumlee is one of the kids.
Right.
I think the biggest, he's not really a newcomer, but you look at Quinn Cook. As a freshman, he didn't play a whole lot last year because he came in, he wasn't in shape. I talked to him at the NCAA program this summer, and he admitted, I wasn't ready. I wasn't physically ready to play. And that's what he's been focused on ever since the end of last season. He's a guy that can come in and be the answer at the point guard position. He has the talent. I think that he learned what it took his freshman year, and he's ready to make that big step this year.
And is that really a key position for them? Who's the offensive focus, on this team?
Well, that's part of the question. You have Seth Curry, who's a great shooter. He can fill it up from deep range. Duke went through a lot of point guards last year, a lot of trying different things. They went through Seth Curry, they went through Tyler Thornton, and that's why if Quinn Cook can step up and be that guy that runs the offense, is that consistent guy in the backcourt, that'll be a big thing for Duke. And
finally, if you look at how last season ended, obviously it was tough, to watch the loss to Lehigh if you're a Blue Devil fan.
Right.
Is there anything in that game? Sometimes that just happens in the NCAA tournament, but did that expose any weaknesses that we might see this year going forward, do you think?
I think part of it was, you look at the backcourt. They didn't have any offensive flow, and obviously C.J. McCollum from Lehigh had a great game.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anyone on that Duke team that could do anything to stop him. I think that they've gotten a little bit bigger. Rashid Suleiman and Emil Jefferson is a kid that can come in, and he's got kind of the same issue Cook had last year. He needs to put a little more meat on his bones.
Right.
He's incredibly talented, very skinny. If Emil and some of the other guys can come in and help and provide a little more defensive stopping ability in the backcourt, it would be a big deal.
All right, there you go. Our look at the Duke Blue Devils, rated number 6 in the Sporting News preseason poll. That's Ryan Fagan. I'm Tom Vandervoort. Thanks for watching.